A gracious good day to one and all once again. 'Tis I, Norton the First, by grace of God, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico. Back with you once again for episode number 111 of Emperor Norton's fantastic history vlog. Today is August 5th, 2020, our 141st day under COVID-19 restrictions. Well, let's begin as we always do with our national days. For today is Work Like a Dog Day. I rarely see Bummer and Lazarus doing any work except catching rats, so I guess that's enough. I guess they do work like dogs after all. It is National Underwear Day. I'm wearing some. This is odd because the Fireside Theater predicted, I believe on their album, I Think We're All Bozos on This Bus, that no underwear would be worn by 2020. What happened? It is Oyster Day. Ooh, one of our favorites. We love oysters. Yes, we do. Wish we could get some right now. And it is Blogger Day. Does that include Vlogger Day? We hope so. We may have to correct that. Florida man for today. Florida man arrested in attempted striptease at restaurant. Look it up. We only give you the headlines. For our San Francisco story, we rely once again on John Ralston's wonderful tome, This Date in San Francisco. Because on this date, in 1775, the San Carlos enters San Francisco Bay. On March 16, 1775, 4 vessels left San Blas, Mexico, to sail up the California coast. One, the San Carlos, was to supply the northern missions as far as Monterey and explore a bay that was discovered by Portola. A favorable report on the bay would lead to a land party to found another mission. The San Carlos's party was actually confusing 2 bays. The name San Francisco had been applied in 1595 to the bay where Sir Francis Drake anchored in 1579. The San Carlos left Monterey on July 27th and was outside San Francisco Bay on August 4th. On August 5th, 1775, the Redwood launch, commanded by the pilot Jose de Cañizares, an experienced cartographer who first came to California in 1769, was sent into the bay. The launch was intended to return to the mothership and report on an anchorage. But the incoming tides were too strong for this. As night fell, Elia ordered the San Carlos into the bay, the first European vessel to enter it. It was docked by what is now the Presidio. So there you go. Moving on. Our other history for today includes 1583, when Humphrey Gilbert claimed Newfoundland for the British Crown, the first English colony in North America at the beginning of the British Empire. 1861, President Lincoln signs the first U.S. personal income tax into law. It was originally 3% of incomes over $800. 1864, the Battle of Mobile Bay, won by a Union Army led by Rear Admiral Farragut with the cry, "Damn the port torpedoes, full speed ahead." That's where that comes from, during the U.S. Civil War. 1884, the cornerstone for the Statue of Liberty is laid on Bedloes Island in New York City. 1891, the world's first traveler's check is issued by American Express. 1924, the comic strip Little Orphan Annie by Harold Gray is first published in the New York Daily News. 1926, Harry Houdini stays in a coffin underwater for 1.5 hours before escaping. 1957, the comic strip Andy Cap makes its debut. 1974, U.S. President Richard Nixon admits he withheld information about the Watergate break-in. Well, we're coming up to a significant anniversary on that one. 1981, U.S. President Ronald Reagan fires 11,500 striking air traffic controllers. 1992, 4 Los Angeles Police Department officers are acquitted on charges of beating Rodney King. They were indicted on civil rights charges. The riots that came from that acquittal killed 63 people and caused over $1 billion in damage. Our births today, 1920, Selma Diamond. You may remember her from Night Court with a gravelly voice. But she was originally a writer on the Sid Caesar Show, also Your Show of Shows, it was called at one time. And she was the model for Sally Rogers, played by Rose Marie, Don't Touch the Bow, on the Dick Van Dyke Show. There you go. 1930, the birth date of Neil Armstrong, the first person to walk upon the moon. And we have a very special birth date in the Empire today because it is the birthday of Grand Duchess Judi Leff. And we have composed a proclamation for this auspicious day, which we shall now read. Whereas Grand Duchess Judi Leff has served the Empire of Norton, contributing to the knowledge of our fantastic life by establishing our true birth date, as well as honoring us with a cenotaph at the Home of Peace Cemetery. It'll also be in the pictures. And whereas she has shown great loyalty to our empire by serving on the board of directors of the Emperor Norton Legacy League, and whereas we value her friendship deeply, and whereas today is her birthday, therefore, be it resolved that we, Norton the First, by grace of God, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico, on this, the 160th year of our magnificent reign, and in recognition of her extraordinary service to the Empire, we hereby declare this date, the 5th of August, to be recognized and celebrated as Grand Duchess Judi Leff Natal Day throughout the Empire in perpetuity. Additionally, we call for the consuming of delicious libations, the eating of sumptuous cakes, the feasting upon grand buffets, and celebrations, safely of course, throughout our glorious empire. Huzzah! Well deserved. Well, our deaths today. 1895, Friedrich Engels, German philosopher, co-founder of communism, along with Karl Marx. 1962, Marilyn Monroe. Now, I know we had some comments that she actually died yesterday. The information that we got was that she died today. So we went and did a little bit of digging and found her death certificate. And it states that she died sometime before 3:45 a.m. on August 5th. Now, she could have died on the 4th. It's possible. Her body was not discovered until the 5th. We simply don't know the exact moment of her passing. So, hats off to Marilyn. If you have ever been to the Westwood Cemetery in Los Angeles, she is buried there, and there's lots of lipstick on her crypt because people keep kissing it. It's quite a cemetery if you've never been there. Second only, in our opinion, to Hollywood forever. 1997, Don Steele. The real Don Steele, 93 KHJ, Golden. But he was later on K-Earth, oldies station in LA. 2019, Toni Morrison. She was an African-American writer, wrote Tar Baby, Beloved, Song of Solomon, first African-American woman to win the Nobel Prize in 2010. Well, that wraps it up for today's edition. Now, don't forget, we are accepting tips. Here's our information right here. If you want to do a subscription, a monthly donation, as some have chosen to do, then check out our Patreon link. But we also have placed our PayPal address there. If you want to make a one-time donation, donations are greatly appreciated, especially with our unemployment benefits running out. Hopefully they get that fixed soon. Also, don't forget to check out more information by going to sftimemachine.com to learn more about what we and the Countess Lola Montez normally do. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay inside, stay healthy. If you do go outside, wear a damn mask. Oh, don't even get us started. Do not take unproven cures. They may kill you faster than the virus. Be kind to one another. Until we see you again, a gracious good day. And happy birthday to Grand Duchess Judi Leff.